What's new at Charlie's? What's new at Charlie's? Still on Main.
Hi, welcome to another edition of What's New at Charlie's. Well, for this week's edition, we're going to go back to see an old friend, our friends at the Limestone Branch Distillery. If you remember from our previous videos, because I know you've been watching them, that we had a great time down there. Mr. Steve Fonte gave us an amazing tour. We had a great time at the distillery. They fed us a great lunch, and we got to try some really cool products. We didn't get to try this one. I don't know what Steve was holding out on us, but this year's, well, this is their limited edition, the Yellowstone limited edition. Now, the Yellowstone brand goes back to 1872, but they only reintroduced it in 2015, and ever since then, every year they put some of their best stuff together and they call it a limited edition. And it's become very sought after, very prized, very hard to come by. But this shows up every year about this time. I think the last video we did was for the 2020 of this, if I'm not mistaken. And then tonight we have the 2021, just came out this week. So we're gonna crack this thing open. But of course I could never open it and try it without my good friend, Mr. Don Williams, the Bourbon Fool. How are you today, Don?
Hey Charlie, I'm good, and you were right. The visit to Limestone Branch was a great visit for a couple reasons.
Yeah.
One, they're really good people. Two, Steve Fonte is there.
He said he was coming up to eat. Remember that?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Steve. I still haven't seen you yet, man. If you're watching this video, and you probably are.
But the other great thing about it was our first road trip together to Kentucky.
Yeah.
And we did a few things while we were down there, and Limestone Branch is one of my favorites, and only because they are good people, they are doing good products, but they're one of the smaller ones. They're on a smaller scale, and they do big things, but you can go there and it's a family feel. It's really kind of down home. They're in Lebanon, Kentucky, and they opened in 2011. And I was telling you this earlier, we're doing a lot of barrel finished products, right? We're reviewing a lot of barrel finished products. Well, when I went to Limestone Branch in 2011, they had their minor case whiskey. And minor case is finished in sherry casks. And so they have a history of doing that, right from when they opened. And that was before they had a Yellowstone product to sell.
Yeah, so they've been barrel finishing stuff right off the jump, is what you're saying. So yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
So this one is, finished in Amarone. I believe I'm saying it correct.
Amarone.
Amarone cask.
Remember the Amarone.
And that is a dry, bitter red wine. And actually, Amarone actually means bitter in the translation. And that is a wine that takes some barrel finishing of its own. It's got to age for, I believe, 2 years.
2 years, they said, in oak to make Amarone.
Right. So that is now brought into a combination of 7-year that's aged in the used Amarone cask, and then there's some 15-year-old bourbon brought into it also. Steve and Paul Beam, who founded Limestone Branch, continue to push the envelope. They do a lot of interesting things, and can't wait to taste this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. Like I said, another one of these. We've been fortunate enough here at Charlie's to have these, and before Charlie's, I had plenty of these, and they've always been good. They've always, like I said, they save their best stuff to put out once a year, and I doubt we'll be disappointed. But who knows?
Kind of an interesting. I'd call that copper.
Yeah, it is like a copper color. Yeah, not the deep amber or of some of the other barrel cast stuff we've had. Cheers, friend. What's the proof on this, Don, before I take that first sip?
It's 101.
101, okay. Ooh.
It's just what a whiskey in a dry red wine would be.
Yeah.
Not overly sweet.
No. But definitely that extra level of flavor there.
lot of, boy, it has a floral sense to it.
Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice.
So, kind of almost licorice finish. That it's no.
I don't get licorice,
No?
but yeah. But I do say it's a very nice complex bourbon. It's got some levels of flavor in there. You get like they kind of hit you different.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, really cool. It just keeps. The more I sip it, the better it gets.
So it's a red wine, but to me it almost has a lighter finish, like almost like when we tried the bourbon finished in Chardonnay cask.
Yeah.
It's almost got a lighter body to it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Really, really, really interesting.
Very unique. Yeah, I think this is one of, I won't say it's the best one, but it's one of the better ones that they've done, they've come out with. So, yeah, that's fantastic and different.
Yep, really, really good. And again,
It's probably why Steve Fonte didn't share it with us.
and nowadays, if you want to start venturing into barrel finishing, this is one that you're going to want to try, because recently, if you go back, you saw that we did the Prisoner wine, we did their cognac cask, we've done some other, we did the Thomas More and Chardonnay cask,
Sure.
A lot of different things, and this one is a unique flavor profile all by itself.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and a really good one too.
And now, as it's opened up a little bit, it's more of a almost a buttery smell.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I would look for that in the shelves of your favorite store. It's out right now. It won't last long. It's a one of a kind. Once again, a lot of these things are one-offs. They make it once and it will never be back again. So this is definitely a home run right here from the boys down at Limestone Branch. Wow.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to Kentucky and you have a chance to go to Lebanon, visit Limestone Branch.
You won't be disappointed.
It's truly, truly a good experience in the Kentucky bourbon world, and believe me, I've been to most of them, and you'll enjoy it.
Absolutely, man. This is great work, guys. Keep up the good work down there. And Steve, we'll see you soon here at Charlie's. What was the dog's name?
Now
Frank? Was it Frank or?
now you've caught me.
Well, he's bringing his dog too when he comes. So come and see Steve and his dog up here. Cheers, man.
Cheers, Charlie.
See ya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Charlie's still on the main.